Hey, wasabi, OPERATIONiDROID here, and this is my PSX4ALL request series where I show you how to get specific games on PSX4ALL. These games are taken by request, so if you would like to request a video, leave it in the comment section below. And today's episode is how to get Resident Evil 2 on PSX4ALL. Okay, so to get this to work, we're going to need three things. The first one being PSX4ALL, the actual PlayStation 1 emulator, and the application that we're going to use to play the game. If you do not have that, there will be an annotation on the left or a link in the description. We'll also need iFile, file browsing system, which we'll use to put the game in the right place. If you do not have that, there will be an annotation on the right and a link in the description. And lastly, we'll need Safari Download Enabler, and to get that, you'll have to go into Cydia, then into the search tab and search Safari Download Enabler. It's the first tweak. It's completely free, so go ahead and install that. To get the actual game, we're going to have to go into Safari. Now when Safari opens, we're going to search in the URL coolrom.com. So open the URL and search coolrom.com. And this will automatically direct us to their mobile website. Now their mobile website is great and easy to use. I find it much better than their regular website. So when it loads, you'll have two simple options, emulators and ROM files. So we're going to click on ROM files. Now this will bring down all the emulators that they have ROMs in. So we're going to look for Sony PlayStation. Well, that's because that's the system that we're trying to get a game on. So click Sony PlayStation. Now this will take us to their massive home of all the ROMs that they have for the Sony PlayStation, and might I say that they have them very well organized. So they have it by top 25 downloaded, top 25 rated, and browse by letter. And today we're going to be using the top 25 downloaded. So we're going to be getting quite a popular ROM on this website, and as you know, it's Resident Evil 2. So we're going to scroll down till we find that Resident Evil 2. Should be around here. Very popular. Nope, I think I passed it. And there it is. Resident Evil 2, Disc 1. So when you click it, it will take you straight to the Resident Evil 2 Disc 1 page. So it has two nice screenshots, the file name, the file size, the downloads, and its rating. So when you scroll down, the download link will be at the bottom with a download now. So click on download now. So you'll know that your file is being downloaded because at the top left where the URL was, it will now be showing you the download speed. So as you can see, it's the amount of megabytes being downloaded to the amount of megabytes to be downloaded. So this should not take too long, being as I have a strong Wi-Fi connection, and I'll be back when it is done. So when it's done downloading the ROM, you should get a screen like this. So what we're going to do from here is click on the open in ellipses button. So click on the open in with the three dots, then click on the finder option. The only way you'll have this option is if you have Safari Download Enabler. And when you open it, you should be in VAR Mobile. If you're not, then just go as far back as you can and you'll be at VAR Mobile. Now from here, we're going to click on the folder named Media. Scroll down, folder named ROMs, then PSX, and what we're going to do is copy the file we just downloaded into this directory by clicking on the top right save. From here we're going to go home and into iFile. Now when you open iFile, you should be at VAR Mobile. If you're not, then click on the house at the bottom right. Then from here click on Media, scroll down, click on ROMs, PSX, and we are at the PSX directory where our Resident Evil 2.7z file should be. As you can see, mine is right there, so go ahead and click on it and then click Zip Viewer. Now this will load all the contents that are in the .7z file and then display them to you. Now this does take 2 to 5 minutes, so I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so when it's done loading the content, you should have a screen like this. So as you can see, we have a couple of files in this .7z file, but the only ones that we want to take from here are the .bin files. So we're going to take Resident Evil Disc 2, Disc 1, Track 1, .bin, and Resident Evil 2, Disc 1, Track 2, .bin. So click on both of those, and you know that you've clicked on them because there'll be a red check mark on the left and they'll be highlighted in the light blue. Then on the bottom right, click on the box with the arrow pointing up and extract the two files. Now this will unpack the files and extract them into the PSX directory, and again this may take 2 to 5 minutes, and I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, so you'll know when the files are done extracting when the prompt fades away, as well as the check marks and the highlights go away. So when it's done, you'll get a screen just like this, and you can click on the top right, done. And when it exits from here, you will see that your files are now in the PSX4ALL directory. So you can see I have Resident Evil 2, Disc 1 Track 1.bin, and Disc 1 Track 2.bin. So we don't need the .7z file anymore, so just slide to the right on the Resident Evil 2 Disc 1.7z and go ahead and delete it. Then click on Edit, the trash can, Empty Trash, and this will permanently delete that file. Now let's go home to check out our game in the PSX4ALL application. So before you go into the PSX4ALL application, I recommend checking if PSX4ALL is open in the multitasking bin. If it is, then kill it by holding down on the icon and pressing the red minus. Alright, so now let's go ahead and open PSX4ALL. So when PSX4ALL loads, you'll see that your Resident Evil 2, Disc 1, Track 1, and Track 2 will now be there. So let's click on Resident Evil Disc 1, Track 1 and see how it runs. So I'm going to be playing in portrait and no sound for this video so you guys can see it, but you can play in landscape and it looks very nice like that. Okay, so as you can see, the Sony Computer Entertainment boot logo has just run up perfectly. Now comes the PlayStation boot logo, and everything seems to be running fine. And after these two boot logos, the game will start, and as you will see, the game runs pretty smoothly. I mean, on my iPhone 3GS it runs at about 95%. If you're using an iPhone 4, it'll run at 100%. But you might see a little bit of lag in the video, and that's because I'm recording my screen as the PSX4ALL is playing, so that does cause some lag, but not a significant much lag, so you can see that it still runs pretty well. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Alright guys, so if you would like to see this game running at 100%, click on that Fix Inc. 101 gameplay. He's a good friend of mine and he did an awesome gameplay on Resident Evil 2. So at the top I have a couple of videos that you might want to check out to amp up your PSX4ALL experience. And at the top right I have my green subscribe button, so if you would like to see other cool videos like this one and more updates on my channel, then go ahead and click on that. Also guys, if this works for you, then please leave a like, and as always, have fun with your emulators.